Good morning. It is Friday the 16th. I'm getting ready to leave for, hopefully you can hear me, I have my heat on because it's freaking freezing. But I'm getting ready to head to my first, well, I guess I don't know how many surgeon appointments I'll have, but my surgeon appointment to meet with the surgeon. It is freaking 6:10. I'm running behind. I wanted to leave at 6, but my air pressure is running low. So Brent is now coming to my rescue to air it up for me. He got up with me to make sure I got everything squared away before I left. So yeah, hopefully I get there in time. My appointment's at 8. Well, they want me to check in at 8, but my appointment's really not till 8:20, so I have a little leeway. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm not sure really what the appointment like entails and stuff, so I don't know if I'm like making it out to be a bigger deal than it is right now, but yeah, we'll see. Brent needs me, so talk to you later. Okay, I am finally on the road. I'm on the 4-lane. My GPS says I'll be there at 7:56, which isn't obviously probably enough time to get in there, but right at 8, but I should be good to go as long as nothing else happens. I have mostly a full tank of gas, so I should be good. But yeah, so here's for the hour and 45-minute drive. I've probably made it 10 minutes or so to get to the 4-lane, but another hour and 36 minutes and 92 miles to go. So talk to you guys afterward. In true Joyce form, I'm at the McDonald's drive-thru. So my appointment did not go how I wanted it to with the surgeon today. Yeah, I was hoping to have that this would be kind of the last thing, and then hopefully like within a month or so I'd be able to have surgery, but that's not the case. I mean, he was nice. He's very dry personality, very blunt, but he was very nice. He was very like, I don't know, he was just like very dry, but like he was still personable. Like, do you ever like vibe with somebody too well? Like, that's how I felt like we vibed a little bit too well. So of course I took what he said and like took it to absolute heart and cried, of course. But pretty much he wants me to, this is gonna be annoying if this isn't gonna stay. Pretty much what he said, if I were to get surgery, next month or whatever, that the first year that you have after you have weight loss surgery is the prime time of when you lose weight, and you lose about 60% of your body weight. So he said, at your weight, which I was 405, which is good, that means I lost weight from the last time I checked in, so that's good. And he did recognize that. He's like, you've been doing a good job. He's like, and he's like totally blunt and was like, but that's not good enough. He's like, and nothing's ever good enough for me. And I'm like, oh God. He's like, but I do want you to know that you've been doing a good job. He's like, but that's not enough. Like, I think you can do better. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he said, if you lost weight right now, and you were to lose 100 pounds, you'd be at 304, and that's still obese. And and then when you because you kind of hit a plateau of how much weight you can lose, and then I would still be obese, and then I would be right back where I started, and I couldn't lose it. And I was like, I never thought of it that way. Like, I knew at some point you start to like, you plateau at a weight, and it can be harder to get off once you've lost the max amount that you can lose from having surgery. And it's like, well, yeah, because even at 304, I'm still obese and I could still have diabetes and I could still be dealing with the, not being able to get pregnant. So it's like, what did I went through all of this and I ultimately I haven't hit, my goal, and, it was hard to hear, but he's right. And like I said, I feel like we vibed pretty well together. And he's like, if you were my sister, he's like, because he told me, and I told him my concern, that I was afraid that I would just, I'd give up and I wouldn't lose the weight because that's what I normally do. So what makes this time any different? When I give up and just gain it all right back. And, and that's what I said. I said I was worried about that. If if you tell me I need to lose a bunch of weight still, and that is my biggest fear. And he's like, you can't have that mindset though. He said, if you have that mindset, he said, and you lose the weight, he said, you're going to gain it right back because you want to be doing this to be healthy, not just to have kids. And he's right. Like, I've known all along going into this that my main motivator was to have kids and not to be healthy. That was just kind of a benefit. So I kind of always knew going into this, like, I feel like I kind of should have expected this. Like, if he's going to be a good surgeon and a good doctor, he would have brought this up, which he did, and he's like, you're not one of my gallbladder patients who I take out your gallbladder and then we don't see each other again. He's like, I'm invested in you and in my, in these patients. And he's like, I want to see you reach, your highest potential with this. And, he's like, I'm not saying, it'll be years. He's like, I'm saying maybe like October. He said, work your butt off this summer and then, call us with your weight updates, instead of driving all the way up there, or up here, to call in with, my weight update so I didn't have to drive up here. And he's like, when he was like, if you don't want to do that and you don't want to lose all the weight, or not all the weight, but quite a bit of weight, he didn't really put like a number on it, but just said, if at 25 pounds, you've lost 25 more pounds and you just don't want to do, you want to get the surgery, he said, we'll do the surgery. He's like, but even then you're still only, if I lost, because really where he wanted me was about 230, which is about where I've been wanting to be, which would be healthy for me, and at a healthy BMI. That's like 70 pounds, I think he said. And, the normal amount to lose is about 100, maybe a little bit more, but still, even at 380, I'd be at 280, and so then I'd be stuck trying to lose that 50 some pounds, and ultimately that wouldn't, I want to be in a healthy BMI. I want to be healthy. And he's like, the goal isn't to be, to have kids. The goal is for you to be a great grandmother. And I'm like, God damn it. Like, you're right. I've known all along that my reasoning was wrong for wanting this. Like, being healthy was just a perk. I want to have kids. And he said, we will get you to have kids. Like, we will get there. But he was just like, I want you to succeed and, get the most out of this. And so it just sucks. It feels like I was kicked in the stomach. I feel like I went into it too optimistic. I wouldn't say too optimistic. I think in the back of my mind, I felt like, something like, it wasn't going to go how I thought it was. So I think from my understanding is there's still, so I got my blood, they drew my blood like for vitamins and stuff like that to see where my vitamin levels were. And then I think they're going to submit paperwork to be approved, but I'm not sure how that works if like my date is gonna be pushed out until, I hope I don't have to do anything extra. That would be annoying. So yeah, it just feels like something being ripped away from me again. Ew, I don't want to cry. Stop. Like, it just reminds me when I went to the OB for the first time ever, with the concern of, having issues getting pregnant. She seemed helpful in the beginning, and then when I went back, she just completely ripped. Like, I felt good about it, and I felt like she was gonna help us, I guess. And then I went back, and she's like, yeah, no, because of your weight, she wasn't gonna help me, and that people of my size and my weight end up having babies with no arms and legs. And she didn't want that for me. And that just felt like having kids is just ripped away. And because I had diabetes and it wasn't under control, and so I asked her, if I get that under control, then can you help me? And she said no. I had to lose weight. She told me I needed to get weight loss surgery, so that was about my only option. And and here I am trying to do that. And now that's being ripped away. So yeah, I don't need a video for me just crying, but so I'm gonna try to lose weight like I've done all my life. I need to quit crying. It's like if I could lose the weight on my own and could stick to it, I wouldn't be in this mess. And I get it. I know he's right. It's hard. So Anyway, sorry that was annoying. I didn't want to do that, but yeah, so I'm gonna go get McDonald's now. Even though I know that's not what I should be doing, but that's what I'm gonna do. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Here we are again on my bed. Hopefully you can hear me. I have my fan on and I'm just too lazy to get up and turn it off. But I wanted to come back on here now that I am not crying like a baby. And just so I wanted to kind of go over before he came in, like what happened or like what they did. So I saw I think she was a physician assistant, nurse practitioner, not 100% sure. Her name was Dana, I think. She was super nice. She just kind of went over my medical history, you know, what... Simba, what are you doing, buddy? Mom's trying to film. And, you know, which surgery I was leaning towards, and then, like, you know, what would happen, you know, at this visit. And then she would, did a physical exam, just like a regular doctor, listen to your heart, feel your tummy, all that. And, she agreed that she thought that the gastric bypass, or the Roux-en-Y, I think is what it's called, was a good one for me. She said, you know, he might want to run more tests, like something where you like drink something and then they take a bunch of x-rays to see if you have a hiatal hernia. And then maybe an endoscopy. So it's like colonoscopy, but through your mouth. She's like, he may not. She's like, but just, I like to prepare people. So, she told me that. She did the physical exam or whatever. I thought it was really nice. I don't know what she was typing, but she's like, I think she might have typed he instead of her or something like that. And she's like, her is your preferred, I think, pronoun. Am I saying that right? Your correct pronoun. And I was like, yeah, it is. I thought that was really cool of her to clarify that. I think that's important to people. I thought that was really nice. So then she left, and then he came in and we met. He got straight to the point. Like I said, he was very dry, like, but he was nice, but very blunt, very like, it kind of like, it almost felt like he was like a big brother or something. Like I said earlier, we vibed. I really felt like we did. And I felt like he was honest with me, and it was something I needed to hear. Hard to hear and hard to accept, but at the end of the day. So my plan going forward is I'm going to try to, my goal is to get to 350 by myself. And I'm going to call them. I'm going to call him once I've lost an extra 25, not an extra, but once I've lost 25 pounds from where I'm at right now. I'm going to call them and update them, like he said. And then I'll kind of keep 25 increments, I think I'll call until I get to 350. Nolly. 350, and then honestly, Nala, stay there. All you do is just sit in front of the camera and block it. Yeah, you do. And honestly, I don't know once I hit 350 how I'll feel, if I'll even want to go through with surgery. If I can get myself to 350 on my own without surgery, I don't know that I'll want to go through surgery. Like, if I've gotten here, to 350, then I'm just, I don't know, might just, do it, just keep going, you know what I mean? So, my plan is at 350 to hopefully be okayed for surgery. And hopefully, if I go through with it, will be like October, winter time, October, November. Giddies. We do this every time. So that's my plan. And I guess it's just kind of a play-by-ear thing, how I'm going to feel when I get to 350, because I'm going to get to 350, goddammit. I'm going to get there one way or another. But the plan is to still go through with surgery, just it'll be later in the year. But it could change. If I get to 350 and I'm like, you know what, I feel like if I can get me here, I can get myself to 250, which is where I want to be. So that's the plan for right now, and it could change when I get to 350. Because as much as I want to say if I get to 350, I'm not. When I get to 350, we'll kind of see. You keep trying to get away, but then you want to be pet. Which one is it? So that's the plan. I'm sorry for my crying bits. That's annoying and just weird to cry on the internet, but that's me. I cry and whine on the internet, okay? So, Nala, you're killing me, girlfriend. So, yeah. Next video, hopefully, will be a house update video. Monday, they come. Quit trying to leave me. You're not leaving. Nope. You got to stay with me. You got to stay with me. So Monday, the house, they're supposed to start and to put our house in. So that will hopefully be the next video. And I plan tomorrow to film a first impressions. So be on the lookout for that. That might be next, actually. I'm not sure. Quit trying to leave me. So, yeah. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you later. Bye. Nolly, say bye. You always want to be in the video. Don't show them your butt. Ow! You bit me. Okay, bye. One more thing. I wanted to say they did blood work, and I said that in the earlier video, but I got most of the blood work already back, which that was very quick. Everything was good. They took a lot of different stuff. There were some things that were off, but I don't even know what they are. They were like alkaline and I don't know, weird stuff like that. But my A1C was a 7. That's awesome. I've been at like, I think when I first started, it was up at like 10, 11. And then when I had it rechecked again, it was down to a 9. And then when I had it checked most recently, before today, it went back up to a 10. And today it was a 7. And they want you under, I believe, an 8 or 7. I know my endocrinologist said that they wouldn't do surgery if it wasn't under 8. But I think when you have diabetes, they want you to be at a 7. I could be wrong about that. Because I think a 7 is like technically pre-diabetes. But that's awesome. That makes me so happy that it was at a 7. And then one of my cholesterol, or not cholesterol, my HDL or my LDL was like a little bit off, like by 2 numbers or whatever, or by like, it was like 2 under what they wanted it. So that's good too. I mean, it's not good. Obviously we want it in the better range, but so yeah, there's that too. I wanted to add that in. So, okay, now goodbye.